Why is your
Yay!
VTuber
It's
ugly?
Umineko. So today is episode 3. Actually, I lied. We have to do the tea party, not the tea party thing, the witches thing.
We still have to do the witches thing.
So I'm sure they're gonna talk about a whole bunch of witches. So Union's gonna be drawing my VTuber more while we continue this. We gotta
Wait,
maximize our time.
you're gonna look so cool after this, trust.
My
You're gonna
skin
look so
tone
much
gets lighter.
No!
It'll
If
be
anything,
fine.
I'm gonna accidentally make it darker. And I feel like I love adding so much warmth and contrast to things. Like, too much, to the point where, like, I gotta, like, compare it to your old one, just to be sure.
Hmm.
But even in your old one, I got it right the first time, so, you know, I didn't whitewash
Yeah.
you.
Like, I can't be too light, but I also want to be too dark because then I feel like I'm lying. Because like right now,
Really?
my avatar has about the same. My skin's a little like, I don't know, yellowish, red, peachy color. But if I like ever stepped out in the sun, I would look like my VTuber. I just don't go outside, so I'm not tanned at the moment.
Yeah, it's because you live in your cubicle.
Yep. Also, speaking of completely unrelated, actually, there's no segue here. I did my skincare today, my full, and that feels so good. That feels so
Yeah.
good. If only there was something for my lips to make it not peel.
Oh, you
Uh,
can. What I'd recommend. So, oh my God, what the fuck? So sorry, I have to go into the history. Sorry. Um, I recommend you can exfoliate your lips with. Also, do not lick your lips. That'll make your lips drier.
yeah,
But
I try not to.
when you brush your teeth, if you lightly buff your lips, it'll like exfoliate them, and then you just put Vaseline on them at night, and you'll wake up with more smoother lips.
Mmm. Like with the
It,
bristles?
yeah, you just like buff it a bit. It's like it exfoliates it, and then you
Okay.
put on like some Vaseline, and then you like use sleep,
Alright.
and it'll be softer in the morning.
Like every night?
I mean, yeah, I mean I do it like
Okay.
most nights, but if you forget, it's okay.
Well, I'll keep that in mind. Oh my god, I had such a horrible... Okay, so I was at work and I go into work and I hear like a buzzing sound from my window and I just kind of think it's a fly or whatever. So I keep working for like the next couple hours and then I take one earbud out and I hear the buzz again. So I just turn around to take a look and the fattest fucking bee is just on my window. This thing is like, I swear to God, it's like my thumb or something. Okay, maybe it's not that wide, but like I swear it's as long as my thumb. And I was terrified because I hate bugs. And so I debated killing it, but it was on a window and I have steel-toed shoes, so I didn't really think that'd be a good idea to like smack my window. It'd probably be so fucking loud. So I waited for it to like go higher on the window because my ceiling's tall. And then I like quickly opened up the window and I waited like fucking 5 minutes for it to finally go out the window. I was so scared. I hate bugs. I hate bees. I don't care if it was a bee, a bumblebee, a wasp. Just get out of my fucking office.
Get the fuck out of
Meow, get the fuck out of the way. So that was my morning. Terrifying.
Wait, am I supposed to get rid of like the face shading? Like, what parts of the face shading am I supposed to get rid of? Because you have a gradient on your face. I don't know if I should get rid of
I have no idea.
it. I have no idea either.
Maybe look at
Such a
some VTubers and how their face are shaded, because I can't remember if they have face shading or not.
they do, but it's more cell shaded, I'd say, for most of them. And the
That
ones
probably
that
makes
aren't
it
cell.
easier. Oh, I remember, because when I tried doing it before, when it was like too much shading, when you like do the like image conforming or whatever, it ends up like stretching the brush strokes and it looks awkward.
Sorry, I have to sigh. Cause all your oh, you're why did I do it like that? Now I gotta redo your skin.
Oh, what do you mean my skin?
Like most of your face shadings on one layer, so
I can't even hear you. You're muttering.
most of your skin shadings on one layer.
Ah.
Oh, uh.
お楽しみいただけます
It's not too much shading. It's just like a little shoulder and a little neck.
No. I have to redo it. No, but your blush is on the same layer. God damn it.
That's not too hard to recreate.
It's not hard to recreate, but it just means I have to do more work.
You're getting paid for it.
I guess I'm getting paid. How much are you paying me again?
$9 trillion.
Guys, let's disclose the contract right here that we don't have.
Yeah, the in the air contracts.
But in the air, we're like friends, so I guess it's okay. Wait, this person didn't separate the blush shading though. Is it really that important to This person didn't separate the head shading either. Is it? I don't think it's that important. Wait, am I safe? Wait.
I mean, does their model look really good?
I mean, I think so. I think it looks fine enough. It's like the move. It's the animation, not really the.
My main concern, maybe because I suck, but I just want if it was like a brush stroke, and I would end up just like stretching it, which is not.
I think the first one though. I think I'm pretty sure I accidentally did the nose shadow on the face too. I think that's why it looked weird.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna hope that I can just keep the face shading because I don't want to change it. Nothing's telling me I need to separate it, so I'm not gonna separate it for now.
Nice. Anyway, when you're ready to read, or if you want me to read.
But if you're once you go to what do you call it? Once
Rigger.
you go to rigor. Let me know if they want certain parts separated. I'll separate it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know some riggers do request do individual requests like, hey, I would like if you want your model to be more detailed, can you please get rid of the little hair strands and separate them? That's possible. Anyways. Well then, did you find that game enjoyable?
A game that one-sided goes beyond being riveting. It's boring.
My, but you're as harsh as always. Considering how proud I was to have created a development so impactful. Why was the second text a continuation of that sentence? So impactful that it might satisfy even the bored and hating Lady Birkenstow. This response is quite harsh.
Well, I admit it was impactful. However, it was horrible as a fair game. Unless you make the conditions a bit more even.
Are you saying there's no way to win? They said to separate the blush. Fuck, I'm so fucked. Are you saying there's no way to win? Not even for Lady Birkenstow?
I wonder what you mean by that, Beato.
There's no need to try to fool me. I already know that you're no bystander.
What if she's Maria?
are you, Maria? Maybe you should read this all.
Okay, I'll read it.
Only worth the near
Were you planning on hiding it? You're an outrageous person to come into someone else's territory from such a great distance to work against them. You came to watch from the sidelines and probably to push strongly for my defeat. I've guessed right, haven't I? And if so, truly amazing, or amusing, that I should be granted a chance to fight against Lady Birkenstill, the strongest of witches who defeated Lady Lambda Delta. It is truly a pleasure.
Lambda Delta.
Yes, I'm also pleased. I came all this way because I wanted to see you, brimming with confidence, fall apart, and lose. My, what an honest person. Even so, it would be a shame if the contest between me and the great Lady Birkenstill was resolved without at least one observer. Uh-oh, a third witch. You called her here, didn't you? That kid.
That kid.
Another Higurashi. Is that
It is.
Higurashi?
Yeah, it's like that one blonde girl with the green dress.
I vaguely remember. Can't do the Ojo-sama laugh.
I don't know. I found you! I finally found you, Birkenstill!
Happy Halloween! How are you, Lambda? Looks like you've got lots of spare time too. I wonder if it's fate that the pair who hates boredom should run into each other again.
Stupid kid! Can't you see you're the only one? You only won against me because of a little luck and a problem of compatibility. After that, you became such a brag, and now you're even picking a fight with Beatrice? Shouldn't you learn your place? Beatrice is strong, and she's even more brittle than I am. Just a bit. And by the way, don't go shortening people's names without their permission! Like... oh, she's gone.
You're dumb too, Beato. If this kid's in your game, she'll make a mess of everything.
I certainly did bring Lady Lambda Delta cheered to watch from the sidelines.
Yeah, Beatrice says she was bored for 1,000 years. You have other witches you can talk to.
I guess, like, but the thing is, like, they're other witches. They're not human beings, then... I don't know. If Beatrice said she's bored, she was bored.
Man, witches, am I right?
After informing me that you were betting against me, she said that she would bet against you. Dude, I'm debuffed by the fact that I can't read.
You're still holding a grudge, aren't you?
Because I'm the strongest witch in the universe! But I lost to you, which means I'm not the strongest.
By the rules of power scaling, you are not the strongest now.
So, any enemy of yours is my ally! And there you have it. With the great Lady Birkenstill as her opponent. This may not even count as a handicap, but it should make for a good entertainment.
Do as you like. Now that I've been exposed, allow me to get serious.
That would be well. Going easy has never been written in my dictionary. Lady Lambda Delta, let us enjoy our precious time together. Yeah, I'll be counting on you, Lady Beatrice. I've been betrayed pretty bad by her too. I don't know why it's not bad. Until the two of us smash her up and pay her back double, I won't be able to rest.
I'll be counting on you, Lambda. And you,
Is it
Beato.
Lambda? Oh.
Lambda.
Lambda.
And no matter what we fight over, this will be a very significant battle for us all.
That's right. Meow, that's right. Of course I don't plan on losing. Of course I don't plan on losing, but we've got to go beyond who wins and who loses. After all, we hate boredom.
The three witches giggled, cackled, and guffawed.
I think it's interesting. I think this part's interesting.
That's right. I should thank you, Beato. It looks like I'll finally be able to escape my boredom. Do your best to entertain me, along with Lambda Delta.
Leave it to me. We're decided, Beato. Then let's start our strategy meeting tomorrow. What the fuck? If we're decided, Beato, then let's start our strategy meeting right now. I know all the girls' weak points, and I'll teach you all of them.
Wait, I'm confused. We just lost. Why does she get a friend to help her? That doesn't sound fair.
I think technically, like, Battler denied her at the end, or something.
Well, yeah, I just mean that. Okay, so maybe that's a draw. So she's gonna make it harder.
I don't know. She's
Make
like,
Battler fully submit.
Yeah, it wouldn't satisfy her appetite or some shit. Why is the liner fucking like this? Why did I do this? Why did I do this? I'm gonna kill myself. What? Wait, no. Oh, okay. Wait. If
I
put
am
the
quite
liner-
excited to see what happens next.
I'm quite excited to finish your VTuber avatar and get my money. And then you can get to a rigger, and then you'll finally have like your VTuber avatar after 5 years. And yeah, Lady Lammy, I'm gonna call you Lammy now. Yeah, Lady Lammy, you were defeated by her. I won't tell you. I won't tell you. She's never boring, that Lady Lammy. Lamb with the Delta.
Isn't she? Take care of her. She gets lonely easily.
I see. So she's one of those that are popular these days. As expected from Lady Lang the Delta. Quite a cutting edge.
Go already. The kid's waiting for you to chase after her.
And if you excuse me. See you next game. God, you look white now.
No!
You're face shading. It's awful.
I'm sorry. The troublesome one came, but don't mind it. More importantly, things sure got ugly. I thought I experienced a very tragic end in Lambda's game. But this one is exceptionally horrible. I can't say I don't understand why you're hugging your knees and closing up your heart. But if you meet a fate like that a few more times, it'll take a lot less than 100 years to kill your heart. Beato saw through me, so I'll confess. You are now just like how I was in the past, when I was imprisoned inside Lambda's world, shut inside a labyrinth of cruel fate, tormented by a witch. In a manner of speaking, I'm a witch who was born from there. Maybe I'm like an older sister to you. So I decided that I'd lend you my power. However, even compared to my fate, yours is truly brutal. Not only do I sympathize with you, I'm almost brought to tears by your tragic fate. But please, don't lose heart. Please don't submit to Beato, no matter what. Certainly that child's game is quite unfair. I've only been allowed a glimpse of the game board. But the unfair and clever devices set up on the stage are so disgusting that I imagine they far surpass those of Lambda Delta's game board. And what's even more frightening is that when that kid moves a piece, she doesn't always make the best possible move. That is where she's very different from Lambda. Lambda always uses an overpowering number of pieces to make the best possible move in order to win. But Beato sometimes intentionally goes easy on her opponent when she moves her pieces. Since, when we're in trouble, we try to seek out our opponent's strategy by looking at their moves, this creates a very formidable amount of noise in our information. It might cause a troublesome amount of disorder. However, as in chess, though a player might be able to create some noise for their opponents with a useless move, they'll still miss out on the more valuable move they avoided. In other words, it's not like your opportunities to take advantage of this are zero. Although you may not be able to believe it, that analogy holds true for this game as well. Even though those developments look so overpowering, there actually was a weak point. A weak point that almost looks like she wanted you to take advantage of it. Though, I don't know if it's a trap or if she's testing us. Anyways, don't surrender. Don't stop thinking. Don't deny any possibility. As long as you continue to hold the will to fight, Beato will not win. What's the most important element in defense during a witch's battle? Rather than trying to win, try not to lose. If accepting her means your defeat, then you definitely mustn't accept her. Making you accept witches. There is no longer any doubt that this is one of Beato's victory conditions. Now that I have announced that I'm your ally, I too will make a great effort as possible to lend you my power. Make an effort yourself as well. If you're still hugging your knees, quickly stand back up. In times like this, what did I used to say again? Bleh. Go for it. Yay. Oh, she's the Nipa person? I didn't know these were the same characters because their personalities were so different. So embarrassing, doing this. I've done this much for you, so quickly stand back up. Imagine your favorite character gets reduced to this, bro. She's stuck in, like, purgatory. She's so lifeless.
I don't even think she's real. Ah, there you are. I wonder where Burn shrank off to.
But she's kind of right. Like, Beatrice, it's like when I play League and my opponent does something so stupid that it works because I didn't think they would do something so fucking terrible. Like when people just move in a straight line. It's like, why would you do that? Why aren't you trying to dodge anything?
That's why I always just aim directly at them, because I know they're gonna panic. I mean, I don't try to, but like, usually it works. I wonder where Burn shrank up to. Could she be any more lame? Even so, just like usual, the pieces that Burn chooses are pretty shabby. It's the same with chess, right? If all your pieces are pawns, you'd have a 0 chance to win, right? If all your pieces were rooks and bishops, you definitely wouldn't lose. Well, last time, right when I just... A little pity. What is I supposed a little pity? And she said she could start her pieces anywhere she wanted. That idiot Burn, without taking notice of my compassion, started with all her pawns on the side of my board! What's up with that? That wasn't a loss or anything! Just remembering it just makes me queasy. Because of that, I won't be able to rest until I see Burn's speechless face! And since Burn's piece, fucked up so bad, I'm feeling just great!
Why is this little girl swearing?
I don't know. Well, she's a witch, so she's technically 1,000 years old. Plus, she may not look it, But that girl really hates to lose. So I bet she's off somewhere grinding her teeth and crying her eyes out right now. Ooh, totally lame! Come on, laugh with me! Wait a sec! Are you still hugging your knees? You're already like this because Beto got a little serious? Could you be any more pathetic? You're so pathetic. I'll help you just a little bit. I, the great Lady Lambda Delta, the witch of certainty and the strongest in the universe, will associate myself just a tiny bit with you and your hopeless chances of winning. You should thank me. You know, Beatrice may be really cruel and powerful witch, but she's no match for me. Why? Cause she's soft. Though she'll set up the board in a way that'll let her win with just a few moves, she'll intentionally avoid cornering you. She'll do things like take worthless pieces and place excess pieces on the board to make things more one-sided. Simply put, she's got a bad habit of playing around as soon as she thinks she's won. Almost all various attacks that hurt you and burn look like an utter waste and overkill to me. In other words, she's God's weaknesses, and you've got a chance. See? She isn't an appointment to be afraid of, right? She sometimes mistakes her means for her ends. She has too much dark fun. Sometimes that even ends up creating and exposing her weak points. For a super powerful witch like me, it's hard to understand why she's able to act so tough. Why she lowers her chances of winning. But well, because of that, a witch like Burn, who likes to thoroughly read her opponent, has a really bad affinity with her. Because reading her doesn't work. Maybe it's really easy for Burn to read and handle straightforward and honest type like me. Annoyingly enough. Well, still, a super firepower type like me can flat out beat up a light, wide range, barrage type like Beatrice. So it's kind of like rock, paper, scissors. If I'm paper, Beto is rock, which means Burn is scissors. Well, that doesn't matter. Even though my paper loses to Burn scissors, if I was a sheet of super paper, which is way more awesome than normal paper, I could beat even scissors, right? Because I, Lady Lambda Delta, am super paper! It looks like you've regained a bit of your color. That Beto, she's having fun torturing some piece called Rosa. At a glance, you think she has really nasty tastes, right? Wrong. She's just killing time, hoping that you'll stand back up and return. It's a move to fire up your righteous indignation by intentionally doing something detestable. Ah, man, I hate kids like that! Anyways, I'll head back. Ah, don't tell anyone about me helping you just a little bit! I mean, it's not like I helped you because I wanted to save you, okay? I, the strongest witch in the universe, had my throne stolen away when I lost the Burn! I've gotta take that throne back from her. But if she loses to Beto here, then it's Beto who'll get the position of the strongest next, right? Well, it's not like I'm complaining. It'd be easier to steal the throne back from Beto, but then I wouldn't be satisfied, you see? I will defeat Burn, and I'll take back my position as the strongest. It's not like I'm really helping you, okay? I won't forgive you, make Burn cry.
Who the fuck was that?
I'm just a little it's the blonde-haired chick from Higurashi.
I don't remember her. I know the blue one, but I don't remember this one. I just kind of vaguely remember the pink outfit.
She has a green dress and like she gets beat up by a chair. She gets, and then Higurashi, the blue one, was it Rika? I forgot. Beats her up with the chair because it's like, I don't know, it was kind of comedic.
All right, we're ready for episode 3. New background. They're gonna introduce a new building every chapter. We got the chapel last time. Alright, what does this say? Banquet of the Golden Witch. Good morning. I'm quite surprised to see you still haven't surrendered. The Golden Witch has extremely high hopes for you. Have you figured out the structure of this world by now? You have no chance at victory unless you know the rules. Please enjoy the game. The Witch to your heart's content. Difficulty level is equal for both you and the Witch. Different from Extreme, where the Witch wanted us to loot. Get this show on the road.
If there's more supernatural aspects from like those characters, I can see why it will get more interesting from here on out. Because it's been boring. Because I feel like I understand the mystery.
Mm-hmm. They need to make me question it.
I don't want to question it. I just want to see entertaining stuff. Because if I see Battler deny things and cry for like half the chapter, I get bored. And you don't want to make me bored!
Oh my goodness. Alright, let's take a look here. What the flip? Oh, glob. Same description. Same description. As girl. Back alive. Yoda's back.
My goat.
Whoa.
Oh!
Hold on. 7 Sisters of Purgatory. High quality furniture created by Beatrice. Beelzebub is the gourmet of the sisters and is known for being a big and picky eater. Personality is similar to Mammon's, and the 2 sisters often fight over the same thing. She is always talking about food and makes her. She's also a disturbing desire to kidnap pretty boys and store them in the food cellar. What? I know it says 7 sisters, but this is only one of them here. Oh! I just clicked on it again and it showed a different one. Asmodeus is always doted upon, the youngest of the sisters. This must be why she's always kept out of the way whenever a slightly lewd topic comes up. She's always looking for a boyfriend in hopes that her sisters will finally accept her as an adult. However, she keeps aiming too high whiles away each day daydreaming of the prince who will never come. Beelzebub. So we've only seen... Oh, okay. Here's another one. Have we seen this one? Leviathan often represents the other younger sisters when speaking to Lucifer. Deep down, she is a brutal, deeply envious nature and is adept at spotting people's weaknesses. However, she's more of a childish crybaby, selfish crybaby than a person burning with envy. For some reason, she's not very good at handling tough situations and often ends up coming in last among the sisters, getting the short end of the stick and crying. Oh. Lucifer, the oldest, and their leader. She claims to be the strongest of them all, but is secretly aware that she's actually the least talented. However, she always acted with arrogance in an attempt to hide the fact from the others. Rita's fears that her sister will scorn her if they ever find out. Belphegor, well trusted and known for being a reticent, serious, and responsible piece of furniture. This is partly due to her demonic desire to turn her master into useless, lazy pigs. In that sense, she might be the most demonic of the sisters. She's serious to a fault and not at all used to being treated kindly instead of the other way around. Got all of them. Aha! Phaeton. Constantly angry class president among the sisters. She's always quick to scold people, which is why the other sisters are so scared of her. For that reason, no one's ever willing to talk back to her, and she's always quite lonely all the time. She sometimes intentionally does things that ought to get her in trouble, but none of the other sisters ever scold this lonely furniture back. Okay, this is the last one. Mammon is quick to grab whatever she wants without any concern for her sisters. Her motto is monopolize through greed, which means she's usually the main cause of arguments between the sisters. However, she's also the most honest about her own feelings and the one to most likely try and please the opposite sex. She may be greedy, but she's a hard worker who will stop at nothing to capture her target's affections for all eternity. Interesting.
They just learned this.
And it's only the hair that's different. All the goats. Low-level furniture in service of Beatrice. There are in great number, but silent and lacking personality. They obediently follow their master's orders. Their scents are closer to those of animals than humans, and they're surprisingly dull-witted, which sometimes leads them to misunderstand their orders. They have, by nature, a massive build like a minotaur's and fearsome superhuman strength. They may be a low-level furniture, but the ability to summon an inexhaustible supply of them makes them extremely convenient. Interesting. Alright, let's continue. This vase was very beautiful, rich with history and value. Even as young as I was, it still forced me to take a deep breath when I witnessed its beauty. Of course, it was a member of Grandfather's favorite collection. So that I didn't accidentally destroy its fragile beauty, I was always given strict orders to never touch it. But that just made me want to touch it. It looked light and yet so elegant that glancing at it just gave it an indescribable sense of dignity. I wanted to see what it felt like to touch a vase like that. However, just as Grandfather had said, it was a thing that shouldn't be touched. However, something this beautiful should never be touched. Such beauty can only dwell in something so easily broken. Because of that, just the brush of a finger by someone like me would. And just like how a fun dream disappears with a poof when you wake up, it disappeared, fell, and broke into pieces. Oh shit. I realized that because of my own foolish curiosity, I had done something that couldn't be taken back. No matter how much I regretted it, no matter how much I apologized, the broken vase would not return to its original form. Grandfather will probably scold me, probably very harshly. I ended up breaking into tears and sobbing, frightened. As I did, I noticed something beautiful. Lightly dancing golden butterflies were coming towards me. We're saying grandfather, so this has to be one of the kids. As mysteriously glowing golden dots shone in the air, the butterflies began to gather one at a time. Oh, it's Beatrice. Beatrice, the Golden Witch, had arrived. Huh? Hello, Salmon. How you doing? How's it going? It's pretty late over there, isn't it? In Germany. William. Yep. Bro cannot fall asleep. But maybe, you know, if you chill here, this boring story can put you to sleep. I'm doing pretty good. We just finished episode 2 of this story. So we're starting episode 3 right now, and it's probably gonna go pretty slow, but hopefully it's good. I'm always playing this game. This game, I am 70 hours in this game, and we hit the we're a quarter of the way done. This game is 4 episodes. The next game is 4 episodes, and I just finished episode 2. So. I'm playing this game because I hate it, and I've had so many people say that this is good, so my main motivation to finish it is so I can say it fucking sucks, and then I have the credentials to say it sucks. Aren't I just playing Persona? Because I like Persona, and I think it's a good game. Also, I've played them all. Well, I guess I haven't played them all, but I've played like all of the mainline ones.
I'm just here because I like visual novels.
Yeah. You like visual novels. I mean, I like good ones, you know? I wanna, yeah, my friend's here too. He's just drawing.
Yeah, I voice act the annoying characters.
He's drawing my next avatar. Well, not next. He's updating my avatar. Will he continue the story? What was I saying?
Taking a while.
Yeah, so this will be like this and Marvel Rivals are like the only thing I'll be streaming this year. Well, I might stream 100 Line Yard. What the fuck is it called? 100 Line. I don't remember the name of the title. As soon as I finish Final Fantasy 12, I can play that game, and I might just maybe stream it a bit. I don't really know what kind of game that is, but I like the authors, so I'm sure it'll be good.
I'm sure.
FF12 was one of your favorite games of all time. You recently replayed it. Wow. I think I'm close to the end. I am around the part where we entered the Empire City. I forgot what the fuck it's called, but we're trying to infiltrate it. That's where I'm at right now. I've been playing through all of the Final Fantasy games. 2/3 in, nice. So I'm almost done. So, I've played through 1 through 11. Oh, sorry, 1 through 10. I have not played 11. I won't be playing no MMO. But when I finish 12, I'll take a break from the series to play another game. I kind of enjoy it. It's just like I have my problems with 12. I don't think it's as bad as like the other ones. 10 is probably my favorite, without a doubt. Playing Oblivion. My friends are playing Oblivion. But I've never played an Elder Scroll game. You don't like 10? Bro, I think 10 is the best gameplay. That's probably why I like it the most. The only one you didn't like? How many of them have you played? Played a lot. Yeah, I haven't played the new ones. I'll get around to, you know, the ones after 12 eventually. Man, I love 10. I can't wait to get 12 done with. I just want to play like new games. I've been I literally like all I've been playing for like the last year has been Final Fantasy and Umineko. But Umineko is like a 2-month thing. I've been playing Final Fantasy for like over a year because I started with the first one. You love 12 mobs and the battle system, all that gear. I will say like part of the battle system I enjoyed, but when the game gets like hard and then I immediately stop liking it. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Because like I've played 14 a bit and I do not like 14. But then I played 12 and like this is like if 14's gameplay was like bearable. But then like I get to the gambit system and I get so like annoyed that I can't set my gambits to be exactly what I want. I know like there's a lot of options for the gambits, but like I want some very niche things that I just cannot set up on a gambit, so I might as well just fucking use my own commands during boss fights. which probably you have to do that anyways, but it's just annoying when I go against like a hard random enemy and I'm like, shit, I gotta turn off my gambits for a second. You like the story, none of the team romance. I get that. It is very more mature, and I do like the vibes a lot, but I don't know. I just like the cast of 10. They're all so funny. Yeah, you have to use both. Yeah. But even then, like, oh, I can't even like automate it for certain battles because fucking, oh. 7R and Rebirth are goated. I don't know, man. I played the original 7 and I liked it a lot, actually, except for like the gameplay I had some issues with its old game. In terms of story, like I liked it a lot. And so I've seen some of my friends play the remakes and it's like, I don't know, like I like anime, but those games feel very weeby and I don't know how I feel about that.
But you like
I know, but like
you like little
you don't
busters. That is the
understand. You
most
don't
weeby,
understand.
especially the
You
anime.
don't
It's the most weeby
You don't
thing ever.
understand. It's like you take you take the original Final Fantasy 7 and then you play the remake and then like it's just the anime tropes are so much more apparent when it's like in HD and all voiced and animated. Yeah,
it's your kind.
I don't know, it's just like the delivery of the dialogue and like when I watch some of like the battle sequences, it's like kind of over the top, which it's supposed to be cool, which like I get, but like in particular, I saw the sequence where you're in the I don't know, the pyramid temple thing, and I was watching my friend play and they were fighting fuck, what's their name? The 3 goons. What's the evil organization called? I can't remember. Does it start with an S? I can't remember the name, man. What the fuck? I know the team. Oh, what the fuck is their name? Reno, Elena, Rude. I know those guys. I just don't know what group they're for, but whatever. And like, I don't know, they're just so fucking goofy. Which like, it's kind of funny, but I don't know, it just feels like anime. I would have to like play it, maybe well yeah, those three are the Turks. I would have to like play it. Maybe if I like played it from the beginning to the end, I would be able to digest it. But like just joining in and seeing like some of the stream that they were screen sharing, it was like, man, this is not how I felt when I was playing it in the original. Like how the game balances. I mean, I haven't done the gameplay, so I don't really know how it looks like. Oh, you mean emotional moments and all. I'd have to see it in full. I mean, I will play the remake though. I just wanted to play the original because like I'm the type of person that wants to play the original of something and then see how the remake improves upon it or changes it, because I think it's more interesting that way, rather than like just playing the new one. Because I can stomach bad games, you know, or old games. Like I can handle that. So, I will play 7 remake eventually. I have the games, I just, you know, I gotta get through 12 and 13 and then the other 13 games and then not 14. Not playing that game. I don't have time for an MMO.
I love the MMO. It's just I don't have enough money to pay $64 in 3 months.
And it costs money to play.
Yeah, for each month it's too expensive. But I loved it when I did play it. So.
I just don't like doing MMO quests. Like
it's just like
yeah, that's why like I don't like it. It's just too time consuming to do MMO stuff. Rebirth is insane, just the tech legit unbelievable. You mean like just like how it looks and stuff? And I'm kind of curious how they're changing the story, because I was like watching some of the story beats and I was like, this shit did not happen in the original. Like, what the fuck is going on right now? The looks and what you're able to do. I mean, I would hope so, because like the gameplay in the original is not super great. I mean, like I'm fine with turn-based combat, but like the game was weirdly easy and also like a little inconvenient at times. So I mean, I'm assuming they changed a lot. I think it's like half action based or something now, so it looks pretty cool. It's very, very close to the original. But obviously it's another game. They're making another game. So I don't know, because I've seen some like... I don't know how much of the overall story is the same, but I've seen like some changes to certain characters where it's like... This is pretty new. This RPG battle system out there. Well, I'll have to see that for myself. Oh, I'm not really a purist, because I like round-based systems. I'm fine with either, like turn-based, action-based, a mixture of the two. That doesn't really matter to me. Just like whatever works. Because like obviously, like I like turn-based stuff. Like I play a bunch of turn-based games. But I'm also fine with action-based games because I'm like the god gamer who can play anything. 10 out of 10. Well, I'll just have to play it probably like next year. Because realistically, I don't know if I could finish the rest of the Final Fantasy series by the end of this year. Umineko taking up all this time? But I'm hate playing this game just so I can say I freaking hated it. I don't know, this woman on my screen is looking quite interesting. Might have to see where the story goes. Maybe this is why they said episode 3 is where it starts getting good. No?
Just one, you can just say you're attracted to her. Just like you did it for Natsuki.
Part 3 will come out in 2027 for the 30. That's so far away though. Bro, when am I getting Kingdom Hearts 4? I need that. I'm waiting for that. Yo, Union, have you ever seen the horse race test on Twitter?
No, I'm not a Twitter nerd like you.
Oh my god, you haven't seen it, man.
Sorry.
My favorite niche Twitter trend. Alright, let's continue reading it. The butterflies kept gathering until they formed a cloud, and then she was there. She was always there for me. Whenever I was in trouble, she'd always appear and save me. Good day to you, princess. Oh, what? Is that Maria? It also kind of sounded like Jessica.
No, she sounds too young.
Oh my. Why are you crying so? And on a day so well suited for a tea party? I broke grandfather's precious vase. Wah, grandfather's... Wah. Grandfather's gonna get so mad at me, I don't know what to do. I see. That is worrying. The master really treasured this particular vase, didn't he? Imagining how he'll punish you scares even me, Beatrice. You're in some Beatrice lore? Grandfather was a very frightening person, and when you failed to follow something he said even once, he would become so mad with a rage that would make even the fallen angels in hell quiver. As I knew that down to my bones I couldn't do anything but tremble and cry. I possess no magic that can scoop up your fallen tears, princess. But if you need magic that will prevent the master from scolding you, I might be able to manage something. Really? Yes. If you'll be gracious enough to believe in my power, princess. The power of belief is the source of magic. Miracles only appear before those of great faith. I believe. I believe in your power, Beatrice. Who the fuck is Beatrice? I thought she's... Please fix this face. Please. If that is what you want, princess, then leave it to me, Beatrice. When she extended her finger, a golden butterfly softly landed there and changed its form into her favorite cane. But even that was enough to give me a small glimpse at Beatrice's wonderful and magical power. The name? No, you don't understand. They say it as Beatrice. Here, you'll hear it. I won't talk over it. You'll hear how they pronounce it. She pointed her cane at the broken vase, and just like the child's lullaby, she began speaking the magic words. Try closing your eyes, and try to remember, what form did you have? It was surely a very, very beautiful form. Please show me that form one more time. Were they words? Or was it a song? No, it had to be magic. After all, can't you see? The pieces of the vase are rapidly gathering together, gently returning to the place where they'd been on display, reassembling into their original form. Incredible! See? Now it's back to normal. This way you won't have to get yelled at by the master. Oh, say the name. I'm not stupid. I'm just pronouncing it how they say it. See? See? Beatrice. That's how they say it. Oh, I didn't read that line. Beatrice, you really are amazing. You can fix a broken vase just like it's nothing. That's not true. Returning something broken to its original form is a very, very difficult thing to do. My magic can only make it remember what it once was for a short time. But the vase really turned back to the way it was, right? Correct. But that doesn't mean the vase has avoided its fate of being broken. All I did was temporarily get the broken vase to remember its form before it broke. I have not yet attained the high levels of magical power that might be used to restore broken fate to its original form. Dude, her magic fucking sucks. She can't fix a vase. At that time, the high-pitched scream of a servant could be heard from inside the mansion. When I went to see what happened, I noticed that several of the servants had gathered and were cleaning up the remains of the broken vase. From what they said, it seemed the black cat had sneaked in from somewhere and climbed up on the vase, causing it to break. They're gonna kill that cat. I understood the meaning of Beatrice's word. At that moment, I broke the vase. The vase was broken. Beatrice let me see the vase being restored, but that was only a temporary thing. It didn't mean she changed it. We just said this! And so the vase remembered its true fate and broke. However, the only thing that broke was the only one who did. We're getting a flashback! That's right. Beatrice never said, let's fix the vase. She said she'd prevent the master from scolding me. The fate of the vase breaking hasn't changed, but the fact that I broke it certainly has. Beatrice cleverly saved me from danger with that magic. It is very easy to break something. After all, you don't need magic to break the vase, princess. Then is fixing stuff really hard? It is. It's so hard that you broke down crying, unsure of what to do. Does that mean magic is easier to use when doing terrifying things? That breaking and killing is really easy, but fixing and reviving things is really hard? That's right. With magic, it's far easier to break and kill. That's why weak witches lose its temptation and become intoxicated with gathering easy power for themselves, neglecting their true magical training. Real magic is the power to repair, to revive, to summon happiness that has disappeared, to summon love that has grown cold. And it can even summon a smile to the face of a princess who has forgotten how. Then, Beatrice, since you managed to fix the vase, does that mean you're an incredible witch? My days of training are far from over. After all, I couldn't make the vase forget its fate for even an hour. I'm sure my teacher who taught me magic would have been able to restore the vase to its original form forever. So if it kept breaking and breaking, she'd be able to fix it over and over? Yes. When one reaches that level, they are considered to be an endless witch. That is endless level that all witches ought to reach. We offer the utmost respect to those witches and call them by that title. An endless witch. That's right. To witches with the power to mend things endlessly, the concept of breaking doesn't even exist. They are released from all the sadness caused by losing things that are promised eternal bliss. Certainly, the human world is full of sadness caused by separation and loss. To escape that sadness, people pray to gods and ask for power to withstand their sadness, believing it to be a test. In other words, a human's life is a journey, searching for a way to withstand sadness. In that case, a witch who could revive all things would be freed from all sadness in the world. Simply put, that would mean eternal bliss. I wonder if I could become a witch like you and gain eternal happiness. You, princess? Oh, it is a long, difficult path, you see. I want to become a witch. I want to find happiness. Vtuber, I want to become your disciple. Do you even have a trace of doubt in that feeling? No. I want to become a witch too. I understand. Then, until you get tired of me, I will make you my disciple. Will you call me teacher? Yes, teacher. That is a good answer. Then, from now on, learn the depths of magic along with me. I am also in training. Let us both learn the proper use of magic, doing our best to reach that blissful level. Yes, teacher. Okay, so how is this gonna play into the story? Now, how is that Beatrice? We have a Beatrice. That's and we're back at the tea party. Ah, a dream. That face takes me back. An endless witch, was it? That rank I'd yearned for in the past as the highest possible achievement was now just another one of my titles. No, you might even call it my calling card. Persona 5. Also, if she's the little girl in the dream, then why was the other witch called Vtuber? Every once in a while, being called that can be quite satisfying. I trained so many days to achieve that rank. It'd be a bit of a waste if I never got a chance to appreciate it. She shook her head lightly. If it's the highest possible level, that means there's nothing higher. An eternal dead end, the beginning of eternal boredom. I remember what teacher told me. When no one is released from all sadness, it is the same as eternal bliss. That is what makes me think the teacher couldn't ever have reached that level. Eternal bliss means eternal boredom, and that's just the beginning of eternal torture, but it all depends on how you look at it. Eternal boredom is the same as a sketchbook that doesn't run out of pages. It means you can draw whatever you want, you can try and have as much fun as you want. Boredom is the worst sort of poison, which kills all witches. Even those great witches who are given the title Lady fear it. It's the eternal poison that tortures them because of the eternal bliss they've reached. Now that I've earned the name of the Endless Witch, I truly wish I could speak with teacher again. Is happiness really what lay at the end of her training? And just what is happiness? I wish I could talk with her about it now. Training has no end. When you think of reach the eternal level, that's exactly what the time to bemoan your own immaturity. I recalled those words as though she answered me directly. I see. So I'm mature, am I? How amusing, how truly amusing. The sound of painfully shrill laughter rang out. It was coming from my furniture. What, did they break their toy again? Beatrice-sama, this guy stopped moving again. And I haven't had nearly enough fun yet. What a pathetic man. But I haven't had a chance to play at all yet. Let me play, let me play. Be silent, filth. And you keep devouring him like a starving dog. Of course he's gonna keep breaking away. Right away. No matter how well Beatrice-sama fixes him up. You broke him as well, Satane. Satane. You don't know what holding back means. Oh. A portrait for Lucifer. Pretty epic. My apologies, Beatrice-sama. Please forgive my stupid little sisters. Fix him quickly. I'm next. You must keep up that. Must you keep up that infernal racket? A single yell was all it took to make the noisy sister of the seven stakes vanish. All they do is mess around, having as much fun as they want with breaking him. They only come to me to clean up afterwards. Truly, this furniture never leaves me bored. Once the furniture hid themselves, all that remained was a sloppy mess and last remnants of a broken toy. It had no form anymore. It's hard even for me to remember its original form in this state. Better to make it remember for itself, perhaps. Ah, well... I waved my golden pipe, then I spoke. I chanted, I made it remember. Come, try to remember. What form did you have? After all, right now, you pretty much look like a huge lump of scrap meat. I have no idea what part is your arm and which is your leg. Unless you remember, I won't even be able to recall your face. By the power of magic, the pitiful pieces of meat began to remember what their form had been. Which part should go which? And where should I join with where? That's right, just like that. No, you should have put the finger on the left hand. That's the right hand. That's good. Good morning. Have you woken up, Ushiromiya Battler? How ironic that your true nightmare begins after you've awakened. We put it back together. Yeah. Ow. If you would just accept that I'm a witch, you'll quickly wake up from the nightmare, and I'll send you to heaven. I am the king of Mount Purgatory. There's no escape from this hell without my approval. You call this hell? That's just useless. Ah, it's all useless. I'm impressed you can still talk like that, after experiencing the pain of death not once, like any normal human, but more times than I can count with all my fingers. This is why I never get bored. I'll never get bored of you. Yeah, no boredom problem here. And after all, I got to pick up these massive tit nechons with these dazzling asses in my hair. What the fuck is this lie? Thanks to that. It's not like I'm likely to get bored for a while now. That's splendid. Otherwise, I would get bored too. So, my furniture. I fixed him, so you can play with him as much as you want. Thank you very much. Yeah, he's all mine. I told you, your turn's over. I'm next. Get away from him. Wonderful, isn't it, Battler-kun? Look how popular you are. Popular guys have it rough. Get in line, freaks. If you just stayed obedient instead of acting tough, this would go much easier. Nah, he's good like this. His screams feel so much better. Okay, let's not break him so quickly this time. Did you all hear me? You aren't running this show. Battler-kun, let's continue where we left off, okay? After they locked Jessica Chan's room with the master key, how did they return the key to the corpse's pocket, which was inside the room? Well, maybe that's it. They use a fishing line or something, sending the key into the room through the crack of the door. Stupid, he should use a coat hanger. Wrong. So naive. Of all the doors that exist on Rockajima, none has a crack of which a key can slip. Yeah, it's interesting, they're giving us red text here. Hmm. He was wrong, right? Right? Okay, this time it's me. My turn. Where should I strike? They're playing hangman with his fucking body while he's trying to guess how the murders happen. Me, back of my hand. No fair. Okay, then I've got the back of his other hand. Take the tip of his nose. Why? Let me do it too. Let me strike too. Don't be so slow, Leviane. We've always done first come, first serve. Okay, I'll take the top of his foot. Alright, but who gets his dick? What? Me too. I'll take his shoulder, okay? Your sister's right. Play nice with each other, okay? I can't believe you're still resisting. Why haven't you realized that your false courage actually gets us fired up? Sorry, but false courage and being stubborn are my specialties. No matter how you try to confuse the issue, I definitely won't accept witches and magic. Even though you can't explain anything with human tricks. Are you stupid? Know your place. It's okay, we don't have to force him to accept it. Soon he'll want to accept it so hard he'll start crying. Even now he really wants to kneel down to the ground pitifully and beg for our forgiveness. Aw, he's broken already. Beatrice-sama. Well. Since they know I can revive him over and over, my furniture won't hesitate to break him. Good grief. Given eternal rebirth and eternal death at will, for the endless witch Beatrice, all death in life has no meaning. Even death can't become the key to escape from my cage. Come on, Battler. Remember your original form again. I'll toy with you to my heart's content, understood? Oh, I see. How truly pleasant to have a toy to play with for all eternity. Ah, could it be the endless bliss witches gain at the endless level? I see. Yes, this bliss certainly is amusing. I'll revive you over and over, kill you over and over. Let's see, what kind of murder play will unfold on the next game board? Bring it on. Let the next game begin. Ushiromiya Battler. Hey, opening. When they cry. Let's see if there's anything new in here. Looks the same so far. Okay, those are the other witches. Somebody we haven't seen. Was that a dragon? Okay, those are still two new characters. Aiden and Jessica are in the same scene, man. Is that Battler hugging Beatrice? Whoa! Those were boobs. Yeah, but why can't the VN have tempo like that? That was pretty awesome. I don't know. I think there was new stuff in there. I can't remember how it looked like the other time. We're back on the boat. Yada yada. Too bad Aniki hates cigarettes so much. Oh, sorry. She's been pretty grumpy since last night. Please don't hold it against her. Rudolph and Hideyoshi went out onto the deck and took some cigarettes. Ava had always hated the smell of cigarettes, but when she was in a bad mood, she even got more sensitive to them. When they decided to smoke casually until they reached the island, the two of them had gotten yelled at and chased out onto the deck. Hideyoshi tried to use his lighter, but the strong winds gave him some trouble. Rudolph took out his Zippo with a smooth gesture and let Hideyoshi borrow the flame. When did you start smoking cigarettes, Hideyoshi Nissan? Just after the war. In the beginning, I was rolling them. Then I decided using what I sold. Ha 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 ha. So, you were already smoking when you met Aniki. Bet she's always telling you to stop. I'd never listen to her. She's already completely given up on that. Men gotta be stubborn times like this. Hideyoshi laughed heartily, but Rudolph snickered. After being scolded by Ava, they'd escape onto the deck together with the tails between their legs. There was little doubt who had gotten her way in that exchange. She isn't usually so short-tempered. In fact, she's usually more a quiet, gentle woman. Every year, she changes when this day comes. Is that so? To me, she looks just like the Aniki we've all known so long. Yeah, that's just it. She's back to being Ava of the Ushiromiya family. But that ain't the Ava I know. Well, I know why she's grumpy. The family conference is gonna be a pain. Got that right. But there's that plan to threaten money out of Cross Nissan. You may call it a family conference, but it's gonna be a big fight at this rate. Before the family conference, three of the siblings had made a secret pact without Cross. They were all facing urgent situations and needed a lot of money fast. And the only one who could turn to was Cross, who spoke for the Ushiromiya head now that Kinzo was spending his time shut up in his study. For a long time now, they'd vaguely sensed that Cross was taking advantage of the fact that Kinzo had lost interest in his own wealth, and they suspected that he started embezzling that wealth to suit his own purposes. Despite being disgusted by this, they'd turn a blind eye to it while everything was still going smoothly for them. But now that they needed the money, they really couldn't afford to let it slide. Ava had asked Rudolph and Rosa to form an alliance, and they were now scheming to take that money away from Cross. Rudolph-kun, both you and I are company presidents. We're responsible for the livelihood of our employees. Rosa's a president too. Well, as a hobby. That's right, sorry. Basically, we've all got responsibilities. Now that I've thrown down the gauntlet in front of the executive board, I gotta bring in the money. Even if it means getting down on my knees or drinking mud. I am here. I can't betray the employees who've trusted me to follow me, who trusted and followed me for so long. That's why I need to get some money out of Cross Nissan, even if I gotta grab him by the neck. Aniki and Aniki have always been at each other's throats. And now she's gotta challenge Aniki too. It's no wonder she's on edge. So, Ava's had a really bad relationship with Cross Nissan since long ago. After she talked about it, they were always at each other's throats. She never talk about her past, even if I ask. She probably doesn't want to remember. Is this the Ava storyline? Oh, I didn't want to do this one next, bro. Don't tell me she's the next main character. She's always been brainy and shrewd. Her grades were pretty good. Compared to that, Aniki was just average. The simple fact that she existed would have been enough pressure, but she kept boasting about it and driving him into a corner. Ah, that fool. Why drive into a corner so openly? I'd hardly call that shrewd. No kidding. Aniki regretted being born a woman. Huh? Is this the trans character you're talking about? Well, Union? Hello? Is your mic muted? Uh-oh. Have I been reading to myself this whole time? Hello? Hello. Hello. Oh. Oh no. Where is he? I guess I can just continue and retell it to him. It can't be that hard. Alright. Aniki regretted being born a woman, so she probably couldn't just forgive Aniki, since he was chosen to succeed the head just because he was a man. She'd always boast to Dad, letting him see that she was better at every little thing. Father really is an old-fashioned person. Gender discrimination was part of his system of values. I'll bet Ava's eagerness to prove herself made him dislike her a bit. Wouldn't you say schooling for women is like sugar and black tea? The taste is dull and flat without it, but too much ruins the whole thing. Yet you can still drink black tea without sugar. He was in effect saying that there was no need for women to study. Those infuriating words were what Nissan hurled at me in my despair when I asked to go to college only to be denied by father. I protested that I needed to build up proper dignity and an education as the eldest daughter in the Ushirimiya family, making college an essential next step. But when it came down to it, father's and Nissan's answers were exactly the same. How conceited for a woman. And I've never taken the Ushirimiya name lightly, not once since I was born into it. And I have been even more careful not to take my father's name, Ushirimiya Kinzo, lightly. Now, our family is an old one, with many traditions, but it lost its wealth and businesses in the Great Kanto earthquake, pushing it to the brink at one point. That was when father took control of the video, he revived it, yeah, whatever. That's why I always made every effort to become worthy of that name. I needed dignity worthy of the Ushirimiya family, schooling, manners, and leadership. Even if I couldn't quite reach father's level, I deepened my knowledge in economics and finance, trying to improve myself so I could be of use to him at any time. However, in the end, father...
Hello.
Hello, I didn't know when you left.
I said I was gonna be back.
I didn't hear you when you said that. When did you leave?
Like a while ago, I went to make soup, and then it took a while, cause I made too much soup, so I wanted to fit it in all, but like it's like not enough to like save it in a container. Just enough to be one serving, but a bit more than one serving, so it didn't fit in my bowl. So I sat there, but like the soup was hot, so I was like, oh shoot. So I just tried to eat the spinach, but the spinach was hot, so I just forced it down my gullet so I could fit the soup in my in my bowl, and then I actually spilled some soup, so I had to clean that up. I left my cottage cheese outside.
Awkward. I read a bunch. I'll just have to summarize it. I think he left around here. Alright. So, do you know when you left?
I got my cottage cheese, so I left like when she was talking, like the very beginning of the episode.
Oh god. Okay, so basically, wait, was that when the white-haired lady was on the screen or no?
Yeah, she like broke the vase, and then it was like Beatrice.
Yeah, so basically that was little Beatrice talking to another witch who I think is also called Beatrice, unless I just misunderstood. But after being taught that the witch could repair the vase, but not forever, it inspired Beatrice to learn magic, so she studied under the white-haired witch. And then the scene ended. She wanted to become a powerful witch, one strong enough to repair something forever. And so then we cut to tea time with Beatrice. And she's talking about how bored she is because she's attained all that power and how her teacher fucking would never have reached this level because she's not as good as Beatrice. And now that she has she's an endless witch, she has endless torture because she's fucking bored all the time. And And then these little servants here, the 7 sisters, are like fucking torturing Battler, and they keep killing him. So then Beatrice uses her magic to repair Battler back to normal, but Battler has died so many freaking times she can't even really remember what he looks like. And then she starts letting him put himself back together. And so Battler comes back alive, and then they're like, okay, so how did the murder in Jessica's room happened? And Balor's like, they used a fishing rod, and they're like, wrong, and then they killed him again. And then they put him back together, and I'm pretty sure it just repeats. You saw that part?
Know how. No, you already solved that murder.
Oh, the case, yeah, but Balor doesn't know.
Balor doesn't use critical thinking skills.
And then we started the scene at the boat on the first day, and it's Hideyoshi and Rudolph talking to each other about Ava, and they're first they start talking about the plan to corner Cross into giving them the money, and then they start talking about Ava's past, and then Hideyoshi's like, Ava doesn't really like talking about it, she's normally a very quiet person, and then Rudolph's like, what, she seems like normal. He's like, yeah, well, this is how Ava is when she's around the family. But I'm guessing when it's just these two, she's a lot more gentle. And then they start reminiscing on the past. And so we start learning more about Ava's childhood and how she grew up. And basically, since childhood, she was a lot smarter than Cross. And they said this line, and this is when I realized you weren't here, because it said, Ava wished she wasn't born as a woman. I was like, oh, is this the trans thing you're talking about? And then you didn't respond. I was like, huh? Hello?
No, it's not Ava.
Okay. But they were like...
That's misogyny. That's like...
Yeah, it is. And then I read more, but Ava was like... Or not, she wasn't there. They're talking about Ava. He was like, Ava wishes she was born a man because the Kinzo is very old-fashioned, and misogyny is just part of the old values of the Ushiromiya family. And then we start getting a flashback on Ava and her childhood. And since she was always better than Cross, he tried to seek recognition from Kinzo, and would often boast about being better than smarter than Cross. But then Kinzo probably got annoyed by it because she's a woman who thinks she's better than what she is. And when Ava was an adult now, she wanted to go to college, but then Cross and Kinzo were like, you're a woman, you don't need education. And so she got very upset by that. I think that's right where I am. Yeah, she's like, she wanted to get smarter. Yeah, she wanted to get smarter to help Kinzo, but in the end, Father never acknowledged my efforts. To Father, a woman was only meant to support a man, and nothing further than that was permissible. When was it that I came to understand that? It may have been as early as my childhood years, but I was going to have to wait until I grew up before I could truly accept it. Compared to me, you couldn't have said that Cross, my older brother of 2 years, worked hard at all to become deserving of the Ushiromiya family name. He told me many times since my early childhood that he would naturally succeed Father simply because he was born a man. He kept on repeating that as though it formed an uncrossable gap between us. Couldn't stand it.
Uncrossable. Get
Know
it?
what I said?
Uncrossable?
Yeah.
Cross?
Oh.
His name's Cross? I was making a pun.
I didn't even realize it. I couldn't stand it, even though I always got better grades than Nissan. Even though I became class president when he never managed to more than vice president. Even so, Nissan was considered to be the more appropriate successor to the Ushiromiya family just because he was a man. Of course, you could find gender discrimination everywhere in those days. No, it was even considered a virtue in that era. During that despicable time, people said that when a woman was born, she obeys her parents, and when she gets married, she obeys her husband, and when she gets old, she obeys her children. That was exactly why I wanted to turn that on its head. Innocently, I kept trying to prove that I was the most fit. However, I eventually realized that all of my efforts had been doomed from the beginning. Wouldn't you say schooling for women is like sugar in black tea? The taste is dull and flat without it, but too much ruins the whole thing. What do you mean by that, Nissan? I like her hair like that. Looks way better than it tied up. Just as there are roles that men can fill,
Yeah, it
there...
looks like I thought it was what's her name again?
Rosa?
Yeah.
Just as there are roles that only men can fill, there are roles that can only be filled by women, correct? I do
And why is
believe...
Jessica the head heir? Freaking this man's like, yeah, a woman can't be heir unless it's convenient because I want my bloodline to be next.
I do believe giving birth to children, raising them, and supporting the master of the house are roles that can only be filled by women. Are you saying that there's no need for a woman to work or study? I wouldn't go that far. Talking to an unschooled woman is tiring and nothing more. However, women are even more tiring when they're too smart. I do believe that a woman as violently assertive as you would bring no end to hardship to her future husband. Are you saying that a woman has to marry and hide in the shadow of her husband? That's none of your business. Though you are my younger sister, I can look up to you for respect you hold for our father and your desire to become a daughter worthy of him. Even I am capable of feeling respect for such noble sentiments. That's just disgusting. What's this about noble sentiments? I call that flowery prose coming from you. Are you pretending to be the head already? The decision that I should succeed the headship has been established from the very beginning. And yet you seem to be laboring under the illusion that you might become the head, hence the useless and reckless efforts you've expended thus far. Reckless efforts? Is it really that bizarre for me to say I want to go to college? Yes, it is bizarre. You undoubtedly are the oldest daughter of the glorious Ushiromiya family. One day you will support that family crest by being wed to the partner most valuable to father. However, excessive learning is not what's been asked of you. What you need are gentle feelings that will allow you to care for your husband, the ability to handle housework, and a humble demeanor that will be reflected well on your master of the household.
Natsuhi, you gotta get out of here.
Natsuhi, come to me. I'll save you. And these are all skills you lack utterly. In the end, can you really call yourself suitable daughter of the Ushiromiya family? I have no intention of being some secluded lady. I just want to become the person most capable of assisting father at his work. Then shouldn't you do so in a manner befitting of the Ushiromiya family daughter? What is it with you? You are still mannish even at your age. You've never learned how to wear makeup in a way that will please men, much less to cook or do housework. I hear you've even been learning how to brawl. That's rude. The martial arts aren't brawling. They're a perfect way to train and discipline the mind. And when it's needed, I take more than enough care to act as a woman should. What are you saying? That women should be slaves who work for men? So I mustn't be forward? It isn't elegant to say it out loud, but I think a few unpleasant words are necessary in order to correct your mistake. So let me say it plainly. Women exist to serve men, and men exist to provide for women. A woman's job is to protect a man's back, to protect his house, and raise his children. Most women... They said protect his house. You know the Team Rocket intro? To protect the world from devastation.
To protect the world from devastation.
To unite the people of our nation. That's what I thought of the video. Most women realize this without being told. They realize that on their own. But even after all these years, you still haven't realized that about yourself. So I've decided to clear away that misunderstanding for you before you leave the family. You ought to thank me. This is an insult to all women. No, wait. I've never even thought of myself as a woman. I've never depended on anyone because I'm a woman. How am I inferior to you, Nisan? In grades and accomplishments, in everything, I'm better. So how can you look down on me when you have nothing I lack, except for the fact that you're a man? It's about knowing one's place. Every day I have been raised with the readiness of one who will be the head. In the future, that preparation will surely become essential. But you are different.
Yeah, it's just the guy who's fucking bankrupt and extorting money.
Even though you will marry and lose the Ushiromiya family name, you are being trapped by this unnecessary illusion. What's your complaint? Even if you had been born a man, the successor at the headship still probably wouldn't have been you. Why are you so unsatisfied that you insist on attacking me even now? What's my complaint, you say? Nisan, you're always like that. Looking down on me because you'll succeed the head. Even though... What's my complaint, you say? I've got a billion of them. Grudges, hard feelings, humiliations that I'll never that I'll never forget kept floating through the back of my head. They've all built up at the same time, coming out of my throat as a shameful moan. What's all this noise? God isn't the only one who holds silence as a virtue. Father! Father! He'd probably overheard our sibling fight. Father entered with a clearly unhappy face. Ross, are you fighting with your siblings again? Why don't you have the dignity to act as a leader for your brothers and sisters? How shameful! I'm embarrassed to hear this from my oldest son. In a flash, he struck Cross's face. I readied myself to be struck in the same way, but I wasn't hit. My apologies, Father. Dignity isn't the only thing you lack. There's much more. You're immature in everything. And even so, you pretend like you're an adult. Realize that it's 100 years too early for you to talk like that and devote yourself to your studies. Don't make me lament my son's incompetence anymore. Yes, I will continue to strive so that I can become a person worthy of succeeding you, Father. I feel bad. Okay, so like obviously all these guys have terrible childhoods. But really, it's Ginza's fault. What a horrible person.
Also, fuck Cross.
I mean, well, I'm sure we'll learn more about him. Because, like...
I know there's probably more to his character, but I still hate him.
Like at a certain point, people... Like, you're not, like... You're not... What's the word? You're responsible for your life. Even if you've had a shitty childhood. So it does humanize them, but, like, you still do horrible things.
Lots still. Though you are taught hatred and you are taught this stuff, I feel like at some point you should also take responsibility for the hatred you were taught.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't always blame everything on trauma and childhood, because if you could do that, then anyone could get away with anything. And at some point, you just have to learn from your mistakes and learn from the shitty things you do.
Yep.
Just like your VTuber avatar right now, I'm cleaning it up and I'm
You're
changing
reaping what
some-
you sow from not layering it. But yeah, like Cross here is like at least 20. He's still getting slapped by Kinzo, which is interesting. Because like at that age, it doesn't hurt anymore, but it does more emotional damage to be hit. You know? Like it reminds me of like when the last time my mom hit me, I was like 16.
You have to whisper it because they'll hear you.
The last time that happened, I was 16. And obviously by that point, I was way taller than her. And it wasn't even gonna hurt me anymore. But like the fact that she did that to me when I'm 16 years old is like... just emotionally painful.
Yeah. I wasn't really hit as much as a kid, but I got a lot of emotional damage from
And because I was hit as a kid, I will now beat my child.
I mean, that's how a lot of people end up. That's ironic as that is.
Yeah. Good thing I'll never have kids.
Good thing I'm gonna beat you. I hate this so much.
The money.
Money. I need money.
It was as if those words were directed at me. Even when I was being yelled at by father, he was still bragging about me and how he was... Wait, what the fuck? I'm lost. Yes, I will continue to strive as I before earlier, says you. As though those words were directed at me. Even when he was being yelled at by father, he was still bragging to me about how he was special. About how he was the successor. I just couldn't stand it and finally spoke what was on my mind. Even though I realized that it would be improper for a member of the Ushime family to do something. Father, Please, tell me how I'm inferior to him. He's gonna say, because you're a woman. I've tried so hard, studied so hard, to become a person who wouldn't bring shame to your name. Please, tell me how I'm inferior. How can I improve myself to earn your acknowledgement? That again? How many times do I have to tell you before you'll understand? I expect nothing from you. Women should be women. Just learn how to cook and sew. You aren't prepared at all as a woman. And you, I don't see a trace of the mindset needed to serve one's husband, to earnestly devote oneself to a man's needs. What good are you as a woman? Don't you realize that you're a daughter of the Ushimiya family, and yet you only want to learn things so you can act like a man? Your duty is to not imitate Cross. Don't you even understand your own duty? As a member of the Ushimiya family, I won't bring shame to your name. This is where you're already wrong. Your duty is to marry out of the family and bring me a man who is profitable to me. And then, you will devote yourself to your husband, give birth to children, and multiply. Be a good wife who brings praise to your husband's family. Just what is it that you can do to please a man? Do you think you can make tea? Do you have any talent in cooking? You have nothing. All you've done is try to mimic Cross, haven't you? Cross will succeed the Ushimiya family. If you are unsatisfied with that, then you are disobeying me. Are you saying you refuse to listen to what I have to say, even though you're my daughter? Get out! You're disinherited! I said that terribly. You're disinherited! I won't let you call yourself an Ushimiya. Disinherited! Disinherited! Is that her cleavage?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Way to ruin the scene.
I'm sorry, but like I just noticed that it's like so low cut. This is like 1970 or something right now. Bro, that's like unheard of.
What do you mean low cut? Like her shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Balder, hang in there. Please, come down. Genji-san, could you bring some water? Could we get a young Genji here? Yes. Immediately.
Genji's
but-
probably the same age as Kinzo.
Well, he'd be younger. By like 30 years. Ava, please leave this place. He doesn't mean what he says. I will calm him down. See, he's saying that, which sounds considerate, but he's probably only saying that because Kinzo said you should be more like a leader. And that's what a leader would say.
Who?
Cross. He's like, Kinzo didn't really mean it. I will calm him down. But he's only saying that because Kinzo told him to act like a leader more. Probably doesn't mean that because he already agreed with Kinzo earlier. So obviously that's how he feels. He's lying. Disinherited. If you won't listen to me, you're disinherited. Father's coughing
Yeah,
pretty
no.
badly. Huh?
I would, yeah, if I was in Ava's position, I'd hate my family.
I'd leave. I would kill myself, actually. That'd be probably what I'd do.
No, I'd kill Kinzo.
Funny you say that.
Yeah, I think he deserved to die.
Then we're gonna learn that Kinzo actually had a sad backstory.
I know Kinzo probably has some
I
fucking
mean,
sad backstory.
He probably does,
The
considering
thing-
that the fate of the family rested on him.
But still, he's an asshole.
Like everybody else in his family died.
I don't care about his other family that died.
Father was coughing pretty badly, and Nissan patted his back. It was a duty that was naturally his. It was so vexing for me to let him take that duty all for himself right then. If I carelessly approached Father at that moment, then I would probably be the next one to get hit. However, I fiercely tried to approach Father's back. Genji blocked me. Eva-sama, perhaps it would be better if you stepped outside for now. The master is not in a good mood today. Why are my children so incompetent? Cross is lacking in dignity. Eva is a stubborn tomboy. I have no son who's like a man, and I have no daughter who's like a woman. Maybe they should just both be
Maybe we should, as Dylan says, it trans their gender, bro.
Where did I go wrong raising them? Why, Genji? When and where did I go wrong? Master, you haven't done anything wrong. Cross-sama has grown into a sturdy son, and Eva-sama is a lovely daughter. You haven't made any mistakes. How could you say that? What's so lovely about her? Far from a lady, she's acting like a man. Disinherited. Father, that's just what I was always telling Eva. Eva has promised that she will have change of heart and act like a lady. Couldn't you postpone this decision just a little longer? Who is a lady? Disinherited? Go quickly and leave this to me. Cross gave me that look telling me that. It was a good scene. Did I take the wrong path, just like Father and Nissan did? True, I never studied how to be a lady. Everything I've learned was done in the hopes that I could help Father someday. Is that really true? Haven't I always been trying to compete with Nissan, with whom I had a bad relationship since I was a young girl? Because I wanted to steal his position as successor and show him a thing or two? Every chance he gets, Nissan tells me that men should be manly and women should be womanly. I've been tormented by this unfair discrimination just because of my gender, something people are born with and can't do anything about. I resisted, endeavoring to this very day to study and prove that I'm not inferior despite being a woman. But doesn't that mean my love of learning comes entirely from a stupid complex I've got against Nissan? Father wanted me to become a lady with whom he could go out in public and not be embarrassed. Also, like, oh my fucking god. Like something actually happened. Holy shit. Like, why don't we get stuff that like where shit actually fucking happens? That was an interesting scene because it wasn't just fucking dicking around for like 3 hours straight. Father wanted me to become a lady with whom he could go out in public and not be embarrassed. Did I betray his hopes? Earning good grades and threatening Nissan just to satisfy a childhood resentment? And then the witch appears. Oh, okay. Huh? Oh, that's young Ava. Not her. Those aren't her eye color. That's not it. He swore to me saying, I will become the successor of the Ushimiya family.
That is her eye color. Wait, check again.
Is that not like amber?
I think it's supposed to be blue.
Hers aren't blue.
Her eyes are blue.
Well, Rosa, it looks like the same color as Rosa's.
No, let me search up her sprite online.
You're gonna see a spoiler. Search up the old version, they probably have bigger eyes.
Her eyes are blue.
You. The one whispering to me was the me of my years as a young girl, born inside my heart the day I made that oath. That's right, doing Kizo's voice like her my throat. That's right, she was my only ally. When things got difficult, when I felt like I was about to get crushed by it all, she would always quietly appear and support me. When I ran into roadblocks and despaired, she would always appear and support me. When I grew up and the memories of my childhood years faded, I also started to forget my conversations with her. I, Ushimiya Eva, will definitely become the head of the Ushimiya family. And I'll triumph over that irritating, arrogant Cross. On that day, we promised to do our best together to achieve that. That's right, we promised. On that day, I promised that I would become the successor of the Ushimiya headship. On that day, when I had been overcome with sadness, wondering why I was even alive, you appeared from inside me and lent me your strength. This is like fucking Little Busters, by the way. This is a route in Little Busters. This same shit. If this is a real person, this is just that one route in Little Busters. Father didn't accept me. I wanted to teach Nissan a lesson. I believed that doing this would let me say goodbye to that wretched creature I once was. For a time, I truly believed that my life had no purpose other than to be looked down upon by Nissan. It's painful just remembering those days. They're a wound, a crack inside my heart. She taught me how to sew up that wound. I turned my anger into effort and improved myself, trying to become a person more worthy of the headship than Cross was. Trying to triumph over him by making Father accept me. It was my perfect revenge. I was vaguely aware that a woman couldn't possibly become the family head, but I thought that maybe, if I could prove myself valuable enough to overturn that premise, then surely even father would select me to become his successor. If that happened, then I'd be able to have the greatest and most perfect revenge against Nissan, who always acted like his succession to the headship was completely inevitable. Umu, if we can manage that, the wounds in our heart will be healed. We promise each other to do our best until that day comes. And now you're saying you're gonna break that promise? Gum. Coward. If only just give up and die. Maybe I should kill myself.
Yeah.
Would child you be proud of yourself right now?
I don't think I had aspirations as a kid.
I mean, neither did I. That's how I ended up here. Because I wanted to die, and then I was like, shit, I finished high school, I'm still not dead. I guess I go to college, right?
That's literally, yeah, that's me. I was so certain I was gonna die before the age of 18. And now it's like...
And now I'm 30.
I'm now it's like, oh shit, well, I'm not dead, so what does that mean?
That reminds me of, so fun story. So, I was hospitalized, and then when I was unhospitalized, I had like a week to submit all my college shit. to get my fucking, like, transcript and everything out, or whatever the fuck, to apply for college. Like, I was strapped for time. I also, like, didn't care, but, like, I also had to do it, I guess. Even though she looked like me as a kid, she was still another me. Her tongue was sharp because it was mine. It makes me pretty mad hearing that, even for myself. You have no right to speak of me like that. Then let us arrange our... What? Then let us use that anger to fuel our learning. Changing anger into power is my magic. I've saved you from a bunch of tight spots with that power, letting you succeed when you shouldn't have. As long as you have my magic, there's nothing you can't do. That's right. Anger has always been my driving force. I think anger is a pretty good motivation.
Well, maybe that's why I suck at being motivated, because I'm never angry.
Sometimes I do stuff out of pure... Like this! I'm playing Umineko because I'm fucking mad and I hate it.
This game is gonna teach you so many lessons about yourself.
Yeah, I use anger as a motivator. Because, like...
But this episode's, like, going way better.
Yeah, this is good. If only, like, you know, the first 70 hours were like this. But... what was I gonna say? Because I have no aspirations. Like, I don't feel motivated by most things. But I do feel hatred for stuff. So I feel like using hatred is a good way to get over things. Like when people are upset about like a breakup, like, so your boyfriend or girlfriend or whoever cheats on you, like, instead of crying, like, the best thing to do is to just fucking hate them. And then you'll get over it a lot faster. That's my take.
Yeah.
That's my take. Controversial take, but I think you should hate them.
I don't know. I always had like a moral standpoint. I don't think I can like get angry anymore. Like I can get tilted in video games, but that's like, you know, it's fun to get tilted. Is my stance. I like getting tilted because it's fun to get tilted and flame. Even if I don't actually believe it.
Believe it.
Fun to do. Believe it. It's just fun to do.
I wonder when I forgot that. You can remember me again. That magic will become ours once more. Come on, let's turn that anger into power and study even harder, okay? I know we've still got a lot to learn. Let's go to college, study more and more, get excellent grades, and drive Cross into a corner. That guy acts like we're nothing, but I'm sure he's feeling pretty well cornered on the inside. If only he'd just learn his place and die. If he did, we'd become the head. Rudolph won't take the job. That kid can't go against us. Stop that. No matter how much I studied, father still won't accept me. Why not? Father told me to be womanly because I'm a woman. No matter how hard I tried, Father still wouldn't have passed the headship onto me because if I had been born before Nissan, even if I'd been born for Nissan, no matter how much effort I put in, I can't become anything more than a woman. I won't be acknowledged. Nissan doesn't try at all, but I can't surpass him. He'll look down on me forever. This is that one character from Persona 4 who wishes she was a man because nobody takes her seriously as a woman. Father and Cross are the worst kind of male supremacists. If only they just died. He cursed them for my sake. Words I couldn't say so easily, she said for me. Even though I understood that she's just another part of myself inside of me, it felt like she's the only ally I have who can sympathize with me. However, while sympathy might do a lot to calm my heart, it won't do anything to improve my situation. Okay, so why doesn't Ava have sympathy for fucking Rosa? Like, you think these... I guess because she's just so young, but... Like, come on, like, you're really mean to her? You know how hard it is to be a woman, and you're gonna treat her harshly too?
Well, I think it's because, like, you know, there's, like, a lot of what comes a lot is, like, rivalry, especially when you grow up as a woman. You know, there's two directions that can take you, and usually it's just a canon event in your life is to internalize that misogyny and place that onto other women. But the thing is, like, it's because of self-hatred. But the thing is, most people grow out of it somewhat, but a lot of people don't ever grow out of that because, you know, when you're systematically pushed down by people, the only way you can really get out of it is act superior to other people. So even if, like, Ava was nice to her sister, there's a chance that it would, like, there's, like, okay, so for example, I did a study on this. Not a study. I didn't do the study, but I did a paper about this. So, basically, a lot of women, especially in the workplace, for example, it's like, this is in a different situation, but a lot of women in the workplace, in order to be taken serious by men, they have to act more masculine and
more pick-me.
And more pick-me. And the reason why they have to act more pick-me is
Oh.
because the thing is, they are less likely to get into higher positions of power if they do not look down on other women. Because the thing is, the positions, because, like, a job will choose a mediocre man over
That's true.
a hardworking woman. So, because of that, lots of women have to compete with each other, because it's just how the world typically works. As a woman, you have to compete with each other, and it's, like, hard because, so even if you're, like, so that's why a lot of women aren't really sympathetic to other women, because, like, you also develop this mindset of, okay, but I got out of here, I managed to work hard, and because I worked hard, I'm better than these other women because I got my position from hard work. Why don't other women just work hard in order to get out of the shithole they're in, you know? Like, they start to develop that mindset. And also, it's just like, if you are too soft, like, the thing is, like, women are expected to be soft, right? But because if you do, like, end up acting soft around your siblings, like, if she acts soft around her siblings, there's a good chance that her position of power and her, like, would get questioned, or she would get taken advantage of by her other siblings. And hence why she probably puts on, as what do you call it, as Hideyoshi says, she puts on a more, like, abrasive and assertive mask around these people, but when she's with him, she's softer. It's just like, she's mean to Rosa, probably because, like, not just probably because she's immature, but because she feels like she needs to put her in her place, or else she feels threatened that her position is questioned. Or maybe also a lot of insecure people, or people who have internalized, like, feelings, have to boost up their ego or self-esteem.
I got
by,
internal
like,
gay
putting down
feelings.
other people. Yeah. But it's like, imagine, like, it's like the same way where, like, when you're versing someone who's very bad in a video game, you want to beat them. And if they ever beat you, you feel like shit. Or if your team's losing, you feel like shit because they're just so shit. Like,
I hate when I lose
then,
to somebody clearly worse than me.
like, you don't want to get diffed by them, right?
Mhm.
and you want to prove that you're better. So that's why basically the same thing, but placed on like a gender role, right? Especially like so she's not. It's not like that she wants to probably be mean to Rosa. It's just an inferiority complex thing, where if she is kind to Rosa, there is a good chance that she feels like on her level, because she probably needs to feel like she's above everyone in order to cope with whatever she's going through.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Okay. However, while sympathy might do a lot to calm my heart, it won't do anything to improve my current situation. In the end, she can only console me for however long it takes for me to be dejected by reality before I finally accept it.
ありがとう。
Thank
も
you.
う結構よ。
You've done
こう
enough.
となったら
Now that I've come to this, I'll become such a good lady that it'll shock even father.
兄さんなんかとは比べ物
I'll
に
find
な
an
らない
excellent man that
立派な
Nissan
男
can't even
さ
compare to. Oh, that she also hates Natsuhi. I completely forgot about this in the first episode.
I
Maybe
think it's
she
'cause
hates that part because like she thinks like, you know, this is like what father wanted me to be like. And she hates it,
She's
so she takes it out on Natsuhi.
Yeah, she's very conforming. Also, she's with Cross, and I mean, like, imagine like being a person like imagine being placed in a game with like, let's say you're like masters and you're placed in a game with someone who's gold. But this gold player, I guess, like, is getting but this gold player basically, like, how do you say it, is getting more attention or praise from like your favorite streamer, but they're like kind of playing, and like even if they're playing better than you, you kind of like twist in your head that they're doing ass. I don't know, like they're you feel like they're lower than you and you want to put them in their place and like basically one up them. You don't want to be out played by a gold player if you...
That would never happen.
Okay, but like basically that's basically the position Aunt Rosa is in. Not Aunt Rosa, Ava is in. She feels like she's getting one-upped by a gold player.
Alright.
When you have to explain deep misogyny, when you have to explain
Through
misogyny,
video games. Life is like video game. Thank you.
life is like a...
You've done enough. Now that it's come to this, I'll become such a good lady that it'll shock even father. I'll find an excellent man that Nissan can't even compare to.
ダメそんなの
You can't do that. He rejected my timid thoughts. I understand. Because she is me, I understand.
お父様は
All father said was that he won't let a woman succeed the headship now. But even that's just a rule father made up. Since he made it, he can get rid of it. Human feelings can change far more often than the number of sand grains on the beach. Cross is such a stupid man that father's eventually gonna realize it, even if we don't have to prove it for him. When that happens, the wall that separates man from woman will be demolished by father himself, who set it up in the first place. That day will surely come. How can you be so sure? Because that's my magic. If you believe it, magic will surely summon a miracle. The basis of magic is nothing more than your believing heart. If I use this magic, then surely I'll never have to doubt until the day I die that I'll eventually become the head. But I don't know if that's the right thing for Ushiramiya Ava. Maybe I should aim to become the kind lady father wants, somebody who can proudly participate in high society. If I'm reborn, maybe father will change his opinion of me. Maybe I can find my own lifestyle just as Nissan has found his. And anyway, I can't imagine my stubborn father choosing a woman like me as the head, especially if it means
This
skipping
is
over
kinda
Cross.
sad.
信じないの
Yeah.
It's sad because, like, you know she doesn't get chosen as the head by
And then Cross fucking sucks and wastes all the money.
But the thing is, though, maybe she did change it because Jessica does end up like being a woman who is supposed to take on the headship. But I don't know how much of that was planned from childhood. Versus like maybe like once Kinzo died, they put that in place in order to like keep up Cross's like whatever. I don't know. Jessica and Barry.
You don't believe? I was just thinking, maybe I can succeed the headship as a woman. I can have a child, and Nissan still isn't engaged. If Nissan isn't able to father a child and I give birth to one, then wouldn't that make my child the next head after Nissan? In other words,
Oh, maybe that's why she thinks that.
wouldn't that mean the same thing as stealing the headship from Nissan? Are you serious? Yes, I'm serious. It will be very sad to abandon the resolve I've had since childhood. It pains my heart to betray you, my younger self. But this is not this is my most realistic option. This is like when parents force their dreams onto their kids.
You know, this is kind of sad because the thing is, she didn't have her kid before Natsuki. I think. Or
No,
did she?
they had George first, and then eventually Natsuki had her kid.
And why does
It's just because of the
why does-
bloodline.
So, she should have killed killed George.
That's her son.
Yes, and
Are you throwing away your dreams? And me as well? I'm not throwing away anything. I'm an adult, and the day has come for me to part ways with you. That's right. Ava's already become an adult. She's even forgotten how to use magic. And now she's a mother of a single child. She forgot all about how magic can grant one's own dreams, and now she's forcing those dreams onto her son. Even though Father and Cross ruined your life, you're trying to push your dreams onto your son, ruining his life. Is that what you call being an adult? That's why she's like extra mad. Like she does not want George to marry Shannon, because that means that he's not going to become like the head because he's marrying a fucking commoner. And she's putting all of her dreams onto him, so she will not let that happen. She's adding extra layers to it. Is that what you call being an adult? George is my son I'm proud of. One who won't embarrass himself no matter where he goes. That dream I wish... the dream I wasn't granted might come true for George. Just because of delinquent in both her grades and her behavior. And she's a woman. If only Jessica would step down, George would become the heir. Even saying it was painful. Am I forcing my own regrets onto George? It's not like I have any right to look at Jessica with scorn. Wasn't I just horrible for hitting her the same words that had caused me so much suffering? I understand. The desire to triumph over my brother is part of my own personal revenge. I can't use George for that. So, I'll take revenge myself. I have a plan to cheat Nissan out of some of his money with Rudolph and Rosa as my allies. I'll surely be able to get back at him. In any case, I'm sure that Nissan is embezzling Father's assets. What a boring plan. Why don't you just give up on that and cry yourself to sleep? We will become the Ustramiya head family. Don't mistake what your dream is. And believe me when I say it'll definitely come true. Believe in my magic. If I believe, I wonder if any power will dwell in that magic. It will. My magic can grant any wish with certainty. I'll believe. I'll believe to create a miracle with that magic. If you don't, the hole in my heart will never heal. Okay, then listen well. Listen to my magic words and understand, if we can solve that riddle, we can become the Ushiramiya family head. So lend me your ears and listen carefully. Oh, Cross! Behold the sweet fish river running through the beloved hometown. You who seek the Golden Land, follow its path downstream in search of the key. It's just the epitaph.
it was the friends we made along the way.
I'm telling you, that's what it means. Oh. I wonder, should we stop here?
I don't know.
I feel like this is a good place to stop because it's almost 10. We got a slightly longer stream. It's 2 hours this time.
Yeah.
Anyways, this was really good. I liked it. Stuff was happening. And stuff
This is
usually
where it
never
all-
happens.
This is where it all turns around.
Even if like the rest of this game is peak, like I can't believe that the first 70 hours really that fucking ass. Like I feel like that's the opposite with some stuff. Like how can the first, like how can it just be that bad, bro? Like some games end badly, which is like sad, but at least the rest of it was good. But like to start so badly, like I feel like would just make people not want to finish it.
Maybe. Well, I'd rather have the rest of the game be peak.
Well, now it'll be good, surely.
And therefore, it will surely be good.
I wonder if that house on the title screen is like the orphanage or something.
Did I fuck up the layers again?
So,
I don't know what I'm doing.
with that, I'm gonna end the stream. We'll see you next time on Umineko. We still have to play on my alt account now that you have frames for Marvel. But we'll do that after you finish my PNG up.
Okay, then it's cooked. We're not gonna.
the
gonna take
update is coming out tomorrow, so they're making Captain America less tanky, thank fucking god. They're buffing the damage on a couple supports, and I don't know if they're making changes to the performance bonus. I thought they said it would be at the same time, but if not, then it's gonna be next season, I guess.
Bingo.
But with that, Brendan stream. Good night.